Well, it's been a minute since I've put anything on YouTube. We've been super busy, and the weather's been kind of bad. We just got record cold temperatures up in the Texas Panhandle. I clocked negative 22 one night with my temperature gun. That's cold. It's been like 100 years since it's been that cold. We've just been super busy, and we've had a lot of rain on the job site too, which has really slowed things down. And then like I said, we've had bad weather. We've been off since last Wednesday. Got a bunch of ice, and it was below freezing. It's been below freezing for, I know a lot of people from different parts of the United States are like, yeah, well, we're used to that. But the Dallas-Fort Worth area where we're working, it doesn't get that cold like that. I'm from that area, and I can remember a few times it being really cold, but not in the negatives by any stretch. My thoughts are with all those people that are dealing with all of that. But I'm headed that way today to go back to work from the Panhandle. It's about a 400-mile drive for me. I'm in my older 2015 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive flatbed Chevy with 6.0 gas. Got fixing to roll over 149,000 miles here in just a little bit. Gotta have my coffee. I got the welder on the back, and I got all my gear in the back seat. If you can see it, that's why it's all the way up to the ceiling. Clothes and jackets and everything else. It takes a lot to keep moving. But now we're going to start a big subdivision job in around Sherman, Texas. We got a Cat 613 scraper on board now. We're going to take the big Hitachi excavator down there, the Hitachi 120, take it down there. Probably going to be around the first of the month. We're going to get started, and that'll be good work. So be sure to visit the page for footage of that. And of course, we'll have some drone footage and things like that. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a big job. It's going to take a couple of months. And the really cool deal is, and I hope it plays out, I've got a call with them Monday. We may get to be in a Kubota promotional film, which is, it's probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. There's nothing in concrete yet, but I've done the background check and everything. Been back and forth with them on it. They've got a complete equipment list. And if you don't know what we run, I'll tell you right quick. We've got a 2018 SVL 75 cab high flow track machine. I've got a 2019 SVL 95 cab high flow track machine. It's got the Loftness mulcher on it, and the Loftness cool flow. We also do a lot of dirt work with it. I prefer to run that machine. And then I've got an SSV 75 that we bought back in January. We had to work for it, so that's been a great little machine. I've put it on the, we've got a Paladin vibratory packer, 84-inch smooth drum model that we've been compacting road base with, and I've put that machine on that roller because it's standard flow only. I've got enough high flow machines. I don't need any more. I don't need any more high flow machines. It's just added cost. But we put that roller on that little machine, and I've put probably 50 hours on it, and it's just a great combination. So it's been a good machine. We had a few problems with the roller at first, but Paladin really pulled through, and turns out we just had a bad hydraulic motor. We put 3 seals in it on the splined output shaft side, and couldn't get it to hold pressure. They sent me a brand new motor, changed it, and it runs both directions like it's supposed to. It's been great. I absolutely love it. It's been a great addition. But we're gonna hopefully finish laying rock this week, and we've got some more fence to build at the RV park we've been working on. And once we get all that done, get elbows deep in that subdivision, which will be a good deal. Then we're already lining up projects after that. You know, so one of them has been awarded to us, and there's a couple more that are on the table. Actually, there's 3 or 4 more on the table that we're in the process of. We've got another piece of property in Llano that we're assembling pricing schedule for the client. So just a lot of big things happening in 2021. And I forgot on my machinery and got sidetracked. We've got a KX040 cab machine. Doesn't have the 6-way blade, but that's okay. You know, I don't do a whole lot of ditching. So if you're doing a lot of ditching, I would recommend getting the 6-way blade. That's the way to go. But you know, for what we do, you know, yeah, I've done some ditching here recently on some utilities for one of the RV parks we're building on, but it's not something I regularly do. And if I did, we'd get an power angle blade for that machine, or get another machine with it. But anyways, you know, like I said, 2021 is going to be, it's shaping up to be a pretty good year, I hope. We've had a rough start with, you know, the weather and you know, all the other stuff going on in the world today. But you know, we're small, so there's me, there's my brother, my younger brother that I hired, and then there's got 2 more guys, and one of them is he runs the dozer and everything. That's his equipment that we run in conjunction. But you know, I'll find the jobs and he'll come run the big equipment on the job, which is great. It's working out really good. There's just not much work up there where we're from, so you know, we're trying to make do best we can, and we're a small fish in a big pond. So you know, like I said, I'm excited. You know, if we get to do the commercial deal, that's going to be Kubota commercial. That's just awesome. Nothing like that has ever happened to me. So you know, we're excited, just super excited about that. And I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much, because I know there's a lot of other things that come into play. But I think that'll be really cool if it does happen. So you know, I'm just driving to my next job, just talking out loud. So hands-free, of course. I got the GoPro stuck to the dash, so it's no different than me driving down the road talking to myself, basically. So if you're worried about that, I got both hands on the wheel. So you know, it's like I said, just stay tuned to the channel. I know it's been slow. I've just been super busy. I don't have a dedicated media person. It's me, and you know, after a 14 or 15-hour day, you're like, man, that would have been good to catch that on footage. But you know, I was in a piece of machinery working or something, and like I said, the weather's been kind of bad, so flying a drone hasn't happened. Been raining and the wind's been up too high, and the guy tells me he can't fly a drone. So yeah, it's whatever. I'm not a pilot. Just go by what somebody tells me. But like I said, we're just going to see what the rest of the year holds, and if it gets better weather tomorrow, I'm going to try to do some equipment reviews, because I've got about 1,500 hours on my SVL Track 75, and then I've got, man, we're fixing to crack 1,000 hours on my 95. Then Mini X has got about 600 hours on it, and we've already packed 200 hours on that SSV 75. So I mean, we're really laying the hours to these machines, working them for everything they're worth. which is what they're designed to do. And you know, I'm super happy with my Kubota equipment. I've run, you know, everybody's, well, you know, all you've ever seen is Kubota. No, I've owned a John Deere, I've owned Cat, I've run Bobcat. I'm not a Bobcat person. There's just certain features about the machines that wouldn't fit my application very well. There's certain things I like. You know, I like a solid undercarriage because, as a lot of the older operators will tell you, you grade by the seat of your pants. You can feel it. If you got one that's got a whole bunch of suspension and stuff under it, you may miss your highs and your lows because it's absorbing those. But if you've got a solid undercarriage machine, you know where you're high, you know where you're low, you can feel it, and I like that. So I mean, that's just personal preference. Makes for a little rough and ride, but it's a lot less grade rod work. A lot less time if you can feel your highs and your lows and spend more time in the machine than outside, you know, checking it, or dedicating a person to check it. So it's a personal preference. But you know, the Kubota machinery, like I said, has been really good. They're easy to service. I do all the services myself. I've got a lot of mechanicking background. I've been turning wrenches for 22 years, whether for myself or for Caterpillar itself. I've worked for Cat. I've worked for some of the very large natural gas producers in the United States. I've worked on 3516s. I've worked on 3300s, field applications. I've changed heads and pistons and liners, and I've rolled in rods and mains with them still in the packages and stuff like that. So I'm more than a qualified mechanic to change oil on a skid steer, trust me. But you know, they're, like I said, they're good machines. They're easy to maintenance, easy to work on, and I run them hard. I run them full tilt all day long. If I'm in it, it's on full throttle and doesn't come off of it until I'm done for the day. They run better that way. There's less regen that way. The efficiency's higher. You get more work out of them. You're maxing out your hydraulic pressures. You're maxing everything out, so the machine is most effective at full throttle. That's, like I said, that's just a personal preference. That's where I like to run them. With a mulcher, you have to run it at full throttle. And with the mulcher, you have to make sure you take care of your hydraulic system. Clean your couplings before you hook everything up. You know, there's suction. Those Kubotas have, I think they have 3 hydraulic filters. You have a return and 2 suctions. I keep those changed every time I change the oil. You know, it's a lot of added expense, yes, but I rely on that hydraulic system in its entirety to run that mulcher. So every aspect of it has to be taken care of. So just things to keep in mind. I don't care what machine you run, just make sure that if you're running a mulcher or a lot of machines that require the high flow hydraulics and a lot of gallons per minute, just make sure that you're taking care of your hydraulic system. That's one of the most important things you can do. But that's enough for an update, I guess. So just check back in a few weeks, and we'll be on the middle of that subdivision. We got a bunch of clearing to do first, a lot of big timber in there to clear, and then we'll start on our cut and fill. We've got some pretty good terrain changes, a 6-foot cut and 7-foot fill, if I remember correctly from the plans. And we've got a tank battery, an oil field tank battery that I'm in conversations with. We've built one for this customer before. It's a big job, so a lot of concrete work. One of the big pours is 458 yards in one go. Yes, we do concrete also. We'll do pretty much anything. Don't do interior remodels. It's just not my thing. You know, I know a good master plumber. I know 2 very good electricians that are licensed. I know probably one of the best concrete crews in the country. So, very hard-working guy. So, you know, we're not afraid to tackle most any project. We can do metal buildings, just whatever. You know, we've done it all at some point in time or another. Built several metal buildings, built a shop at my house, done a lot of concrete work, a whole lot of concrete work, thousands and thousands of yards of concrete work. Pretty much done a little bit of everything. But four-way stop here. But like I said, it's going to be a good year. We got everything lined up for a good year. So as long as the country holds together, we'll have a good year. So, but you know, everybody stay safe and take care out there. We'll be seeing you.